Right, have we got everyone? We've got everyone.
We've got everyone.
Just see his little... Oh, there we go. Say hi. No,
Hey, look. Who's this? What's this?
He's not interested.
No.
So, hi. Welcome to our space on the internet. My name is Emily. This is Catherine. Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this? I have no idea why we're doing this.
The questions. Well, we thought the world's a bit chaotic at the moment, as I'm sure everyone is more than aware, and everything's very violent and aggressive and just not very pleasant, I think is a...
Not very pleasant.
I think that's a decent way of describing it. And so we thought we'd put a little bit of light into the situation and you know, maybe share our views in future videos on things like that. I think that's what we're gonna try and do, is just sort of chit chat about what's happening in the world and sharing some of not even advice really, just sort of sharing our experiences with it, and then, you know, you can take what you want from that.
Hiya, I'm Catherine. What can I tell you about me? Well, I currently am in hospitality, but I am also a Reiki healer and I help people create change. I've been on this path for a long time. Not only, the reason that I got on this path in the first place was because way back in time, I realised I woke up and I needed to heal, so I started my own journey, and this is an accumulation of my own journey and all the people that I've met on my journey, and here we are.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm Emily, as I said before. I also work in hospitality, but I also work as a makeup artist. So any social medias, and you've got a blog as well, haven't you?
I have.
We'll include them all in the, you know, somewhere so that you can find us. But I've been working with Catherine for, should we say, 4 years now, and we're both very passionate people, which I think is why we chose to do this. And you know, we also have a massive respect for each other and each other's opinions, although, as you will probably figure out in future videos, they don't always match. We don't always have the same opinions, but that's the beauty of it all, isn't it? We're all different people, we have our different views, different walks of life, different everything. I am 19, so I am the younger generation of the two of us. But it's nice to have two views on everything. Did you just sneeze on me? Anyway.
Coronavirus.
Oh, coronavirus. Lock him up.
So we think it's really important as well, because obviously Emily said she's 19. I'm slightly older than her. I'm 51.
Only slightly.
Only slightly. I know I don't look it, but you know, that's the healing journey for you. That's what happens if you do the healing journey. But it's important because we're seeing divides in every aspect of our culture at the moment. Through what's going on, we're seeing divides in between male and female. We're seeing divides in race. We're seeing divides in
social class.
Yep.
Rich, poor. That divide's getting bigger every day. So.
Really, it's divides in everything.
Yes.
And you know, it's not a time to be divided. It's a time to be coming together. Mm-hmm. And we just feel it's really important for us, two different generations, different opinions on a lot of things, but as Emily said, it's the respect that we have for each other and the care that we have for each other, and that we're genuine. Yeah. And that you can respect and care for someone and not necessarily agree with everything they say, but that doesn't matter. Mm-hmm.
It's so taboo nowadays to not have the right opinion or the same opinion as everyone else. And I mean, what's to keep us all merging into the same person if we don't have our own opinions? It's what makes us individuals. You're supposed to have your own opinion, and I think, you know, don't believe everything you're told. I mean, don't necessarily believe us blindly. You always have to go and do your own research and form your own opinions on everything. But I think to be able to form your own opinions, you kind of have to hear multiple different ones, because you're always going to be swayed. If you've only heard one way of thinking, you're not really going to think there's anything else, is there? And I mean, there's a whole brain up there. It's very powerful if you use it. There's a heart in there as well. You've got to connect the two.
Just if you're watching this and you want to go and do some research, for some light relief, watch carlvernon.com. He brings a good spin on stuff. There's another guy, Dr. Vernon Coleman. Don't watch him all the time because you probably will feel like slitting your wrists after you've watched about 5 or 6 videos. But the bottom line is, he knows his shit. Okay? David Icke, well, plenty of views on David Icke, but he has been spouting this for 30 years because I'm old enough to remember him in the 1980s when he was on Terry Wogan and people thought he was crazy. And there's a lot of people still think he's crazy, but there's a lot of truth in what he's saying now. Just ignore the lizard people if you can't cope with that. But the rest of the stuff of what's going on in the world right now, spot on. Okay, trigonometry. Again, something else you can have a look at, and they get some good people on. Quite political, but good.
The channel, by the way, not actual trigonometry. Don't go do maths if you don't need to. I don't recommend it.
Okay, rather than watching mass media, you can catch UK TV column news. That's on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. on YouTube. But obviously you can watch it later. They really pull apart what's being told and the real stories behind what's being told. And you will learn a lot from that if you want to watch it, okay? Because I've learned a lot from that. Right? London Real, Brian Rose,
What I will recommend is don't go home and binge watch all of these people because you will think you're crazy and you will not be able to sleep. Don't recommend doing it all at once. And again, as we said, it's very important to always, don't just blindly listen to it because there's no point. There's no point just blindly listening to something because frankly it would go in one ear and out the other. If you do your own research, form your own opinions on whatever we decide to talk about. It's a conversation rather than us just wanting to talk at you. We want to talk with people because I mean we're all extremely isolated at the moment, and although July 4th is just around the corner and we're about to be a little less isolated, I think 13 weeks has definitely done a lot of us in a little bit.
There's a lot. I mean, there are just following up on Emily with regards to your research. The thing that I've found really useful when I've been watching stuff, if it feels like bullshit, it normally is bullshit. Yeah. If it speaks something to you and you feel it in your heart, then go along with it because there's something in there that's ringing true for you.
Yeah.
We just say have a look. There's no reason, take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Take the bits out of it that feel right for you and discard the rest. The two other people that I just want to say before Emily speaks again is people all know Lawrence Fox. Yum yum, Lawrence Fox. Yum yum. 1951. Yum yum. If you haven't seen him in White Lines, have a watch. He is being really taken apart at the moment because he's dared to stand up where other people haven't, and he's speaking his truth. So just have a little look if you fancy it. And the other guy, maybe is to just watch out for at the minute if you're interested, Simon Dolan, who is challenging the lockdown, legally challenging the lockdown. He has a crowdfunding page. He's nearly up to 200,000. So again, if you're interested, if it speaks to you, just have a look.
Yeah, we'll just batting back off the don't believe everything you hear. It's also, I think, the big thing to remember, and I've had to remind myself of this because I'm very stubborn. So when I think I'm right, I'm right. But I do have to, what's bullshit to you might not be bullshit to someone else. And yes, you can, try and educate them on your views and talk to them. But just remember, you always, no matter who they are, well there's a few people, just respect everyone's views. But it's still okay. That doesn't mean you can't go, oh well, I don't agree with that. It's good to have that conversation, but there are a lot of people that will go out and just go, no, you're wrong.
And then you might learn something when you're talking to somebody, because you can take out of it what feels right for you and disregard the rest. It would be a boring race if we all agreed with each other.
Exactly. Be no point.
So just going back to why we're doing this, because we didn't really get that across very well. Okay, I have sat on my arse for too long, and I've hummed and hawed about doing stuff like this. And the thing that stopped me from doing stuff like this was because I was frightened of what people thought.
Oh, I was about to say exactly the
Okay.
same thing. Isn't that funny?
So we have something in common, us two, alright? When I wrote my blog the other week, I realised that my love for humanity and my love for this planet far outweighed the fear of being disliked. Because if we lose this thing called humanity, where do we go from there? I can't sit back and watch people suffering, because I'm seeing people suffering every single day. Every single day. From the fear, from being triggered, just whatever it is, even, you know, from losing people, whatever it is, being angry, but it's the fear that's really running the show at the minute. And I cannot sit back and let that continue. And that was my reason for doing this. Because we need to get this message out. Unless people come together and we start talking and we start communicating and we start showing love for each other and we connect to ourselves, we have to learn how to connect to ourselves. All of us have self-responsibility, and each one of us has to take that self-responsibility. It's not about getting somebody else to do it for us. No. It's not about blaming people. Whatever's going on, if we take back the self-responsibility that we have, each of us, and reconnect to ourselves and find that space in our heart that's called love. Love is the thing that changes everything. And love is the thing that overcomes fear. Imagine what this world would be like if we could all just respect each other and look after each other and be kind to each other and cross generations and races. It doesn't matter class. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's why I'm here. The power of love has overcome my fear. And you know what? I'm going to keep doing it, because bollocks to it. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly, and you're never going to be everyone's cup of tea. If people don't like me, that's their choice. And, you know, I'm not here to be liked by every single person on this planet. It's not important. And if any of you are sat there thinking that's the most important thing in my life, then your own self-worth is so much more important than that. And you have to love yourself before you can love anyone else. As RuPaul says, how in the hell can you love someone else? Wait, no, never mind. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? Got it. Anyway,
that's a good quote.
Well, we learn so much from Drag Race.
So, you know, so as you can see, we're doing these, all right? We've both got our own shit going on, okay? Yeah. We're not perfect. You know, I've been teaching this for a lot of years, but I'm learning this for a lot of years. And I'm still learning this. And I learn as much from her as what she learns from me.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, well, everyone learns off each other.
Everyone.
It's human nature. We grow and develop together. There's no point trying to isolate yourself to grow. It's not going to happen. You need people.
So, we welcome you. You found us. We're going to be
Lucky
here.
you.
And we'll just see where this takes us.
See
and
where it
please,
goes.
if there's anything that you want to put in the comments, things that we can watch that we haven't given, you know, other channels that are really good information, anything that you would want to address or talk about, just whatever. So,
I mean, this is the first video, so frankly, any suggestions,
that would be
anything.
fab. We're just going to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cracking.